And hello, everyone, and welcome to episode number 19 of the Backyard Watch podcast. I am one of the co-hosts, Mr. Jeffrey White, and I'm glad to be here on this fine Monday evening. We have a whole bunch of great stuff to talk about. There's this little trailer for this niche movie called Solo that was fully revealed this morning. And now I'd like to welcome...
Is that a Sundance film?
It's making the circuit.
I'd like to welcome my co-host for the Backyard Watch podcast. He's a very good friend of mine, very jolly dude. It's Mr. Eric Wall. How are you doing, Eric?
Very jolly. I'm doing good. A lot of hype going on this week. As one can tell, my voice is a little under the weather today.
Why is that, Eric?
A little bit. Well, Jeff.
Welcome to Cough Watch.
Welcome to Cough Watch. So, my favorite team, my home team, the Philadelphia Eagles, won the Super Bowl.
Ooh.
Super Bowl 52.
Wow.
Took them 52 years to do it. A little older than me.
It took them LII years.
LII. Not just L, but LII.
Good.
LII, Captain.
Oh, man.
And the other voice.
Yeah, and thanks for being on. And we... Just before we get to the third ominous voice that you've been hearing for the past minute, just like to thank you all for listening. Whether we're airing live every Monday night on the channel 1138 Mixler and channel 1138.com, and whether you're listening through that or through our archive, which is on the channel 1138 YouTube channel, and we just thank you for listening. And we have a special guest here today to talk about the Solo trailer and Treasure Planet, and he's a very good friend of the show. We all love him. He has his own website, jakedamon.com.
Ooh.
Super jolly dude. Very
Never met somebody that has his own website that is also his name.
Wow, I know. It took me so much money and lawyers and everything to get that.
It's Mr. Jake Damon. Hello, Jake.
Hello, thanks for having me on. I cannot wait to talk about all this jazz we got going on today. But I did not watch the Super Bowl, but I watched the commercials that were on the Super Bowl, and also, I mean, who doesn't love Treasure Planet? Yeah, all those Tide ads were just so great.
Ridiculous. Oh my! Yeah, okay.
I love Dave Harbour so much.
What's up, Eric?
It's very funny because, like, every time everyone that I was hanging out with for the Super Bowl, there's 14 people, including myself. Okay, every time we just kept yelling David Harbour, and then, which kind of explains more why my throat's killing me. What?
Oh, sorry. You have anything to finish with your story?
I was going to say that, the Super Bowl was pretty good because, I didn't go to sleep until 3:30. I then went to school today.
Oh, man.
So that was fun.
Oh, that sucks.
You must have been napping the whole time during your classes, buddy.
I didn't go to sleep at all. I just laid down. That's how I conserve energy.
So yeah, this is a show where we like to talk about the things we love, the geeky things, whatever's going on that we are hyped about. And let's dive straight into the news. So before we get to the big Solo trailer, before we talk about that, what else are you guys... Actually, I'll mention one thing that I'm interested in talking about real briefly, is that Red Dead Redemption 2, this is a video game for those who don't know, it's officially announced that this will release on October 26th, 2018. That's about 5 days before Halloween, if I'm doing my math correctly. And I am so hyped. I played through the first game last year, and it was amazing. Truly a great video game. Do you guys have any additional thoughts? I don't know if you guys have played Red Dead.
I've
Played
seen
like the first
Shawshank Redemption, but
yeah.
Never played Red Dead Redemption.
I've heard of the movie Red, Deadpool, and Shawshank Redemption. So that's that's where we can leave. I played the first 20 minutes of Red Dead.
But I think Red Dead Redemption 2 will be like the highest selling game of the year. It gets me so hyped, and I am very excited.
Eric, you don't know. You don't know what you're talking.
I don't trust it.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
2K is gonna find a way to screw this up.
I don't know. I hope not, but we'll see. You gotta be optimistic, Eric. Come on, man. So it sounds like you guys are getting really hyped. Eric's getting real hyped about this Ant-Man and the Wasp trailer. What's going on with this, Eric?
So, Ant-Man and the Wasp coming out after Infinity War, of course. In July, I think. Yeah, like you have to go like one whole month without watching a Marvel movie, and then boom, new one. Yeah, so that's pretty good. Main villain gonna be Ghost, who it kind of differs from the comics because it's a woman instead of a male. But
whoa, gender bending.
Yeah, but it's fine. It's fine. It's whatever. Also, Lawrence Fishburne's going to be in it as Bill Foster, who was Black Goliath in the comics.
Oh wow!
Right.
Yeah,
and he's also black, so that helps.
Yeah, that's not wrong. That's not wrong though.
No, I just said a fact.
Yeah, you said a fact. Lawrence Fishburne, great man, great personality,
great African American.
Played Othello at one point.
Oh wow!
He did. I didn't know that until quite recently. Oh
so is there?
But have you ever played the game Othello?
Is that
that's
a game?
That's actually a thing. Yes, that I play a lot actually.
Oh God.
All right. So I'm curious. Need some quick thoughts here about how the Star Wars Battlefront 2, the last one that released last year, it's the 9th best-selling game overall in the entire year of 2017.
Well, is it the first?
No.
Then that's not good enough.
There's no reason a Star Wars game can't be at least number 2.
At least number 2.
I'm in a video game community, and there's
Top
a lot
3.
of people who hate this game because of the loot boxes, man.
Yeah, that's a really bad thing.
There were people that were really wanting this game to fail, and now that's like still selling well.
So let me get this straight, because at the beginning, weren't there a bunch of like in-game purchases? Then they took those off, and aren't they adding them back in?
Yeah, they're adding them back in.
But they haven't
March,
detailed
maybe?
it. They haven't sent details about that.
They only said that it's coming soon, and I know that like the next like big update is coming in March. So honestly, I would imagine it's sometime after that.
I haven't played this game in weeks.
I just played it not too long ago, honestly.
Just gotta have an excuse to play it with Eric.
Servers aren't as bad as they were. Like there were really big server issues, which is why I just stopped playing it. It's whatever. It's a game that I just mess around with. But now I'm playing Monster Hunter World, which is better than that game. So
I've heard so many great things about this game. Oh man,
so much stuff to do, and it really like it aggravates me when I can't get a monster. But then I'm like, okay, just calm down, get better gear.
Back in my day, we called the Pocket Monster game, we had Pokemon. That's what we had.
We had Digimon. The hell are you talking about?
Oh my god.
What in the same
All right.
hell?
Let's get to a little bit more brief Star Wars news, and that's the fact that Natalie Portman was on SNL.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wait, hold up. I definitely had another piece of news.
Oh.
I'll get back to this in a second.
But Eric, do you have any more information about this? I personally have not seen the video yet of her rapping.
I have not watched the video either. Jake, do you have the video?
I do not have the video, but I watched it, and wow. First of all, not very family friendly. Oh. But it's just like, I never thought I'd see Natalie Portman do anything like that. But she did. And she makes a lot of fun of the prequels, and it's kind of funny.
Oh, and I heard she was dressed as Queen Amidala. Is that correct?
Oh, yes.
She's
Lots of Couple lines
flipping the
about Jar
genre-
Jar.
She's flipping the genre on its head. And then flipping it back over. To flip it again.
Ah.
Ah.
All right, so let's get to one of the
Oh,
big.
wait. Hey,
Oh,
hold
sorry.
up. This one I really like, though. Okay.
Okay.
So, new picture of Captain Marvel, played by Brie Larson. You guys, have you guys not seen the pictures of Captain Marvel?
Are you talking about the green suit?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Jeff, have you seen the picture of Captain Marvel?
I saw an old poster of it. Like, I know of the movie, but I haven't seen any newer stuff.
Let me try to find the picture. Wait, hold on. Okay, let me just, because it's not too long ago. Okay. Oh, this is what I forgot to talk about a couple weeks ago. Samuel L. Jackson and Kobe Smulders were definitely on set for Captain Marvel. And it just like flew by me, and I completely forgot to talk about it a couple weeks ago. Jake, have you found a picture at all?
Wait, of what?
Of Captain Marvel.
Have I found one? I mean, I've seen
don't know
several.
where it is.
Captain Marvel green suit. Blah 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 blah. I mean, if you just go onto news and Google, it'll be there. Yeah, I found it.
All right.
All right. So, do you have any more thoughts about this?
No, I want you to see this.
Oh, Eric.
Yes.
Oh
must
man, I can't save it for some reason. What the heck?
Oh wait, I saved it. There we go. I'll
Yeah.
throw it in the show notes. Right there. It's right there.
Oh my god.
I
I
think
think I've
good.
seen that. I think I saw that on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Whoop. Okay. So, well, that's just weird. That's
Jake, are you doing the beep boop beep boop?
no, that's me. All right, back to this. Okay, so I think it looks fun. I think it looks fun. I really do think it looks fine. It's kind of like a reference to the original Captain Marvel or Marvel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
He's
yeah.
got the green suit.
Yeah, it's definitely an homage. You know, I would say it's kind of a blend between using the colors and using the overall aesthetic design of the final Captain Marvel suit. Because obviously those colors are going to change to red and blue.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm thinking, from what I heard, is that people think that this is probably like right after she gets her powers and goes back to Earth or something. Yeah. Yep. Good.
All right.
All right. Now, new thing.
So let's move on, please, and let's talk about the trailer that I played for you. If you were listening live, you would have heard the Solo trailer in the beginning of our broadcast. And let's talk for a bit about the Solo trailer. This was premiered as a teaser during the Super Bowl, which was last night, and the full trailer was released this morning on Good Morning America. And this is about a minute and a half long, approximately.
Yeah.
And I'll say my instant reaction, the visuals, it screams Rogue One to me. I think Rogue One.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I said in my trailer reaction. I said that it, visually speaking, kind of seems like Rogue One, but I think that's just a case of like, okay, this is what Star Wars movies look like when you make them in today's technology.
Yeah. Ones that are supposed to take place before.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what are your initial impressions of it?
Good. Looks like an Indiana Jones film. A little bit.
Wait, we just discussed that last week, man.
Yep.
More Indiana Jones, but they're making the new one too. I guess that's a good analogy to make, Eric, because Because Harrison Ford, the original Han Solo, became Indiana Jones.
No way.
And now Aiden, how do you say his last name?
Alden Ehrenreich.
Ehrenreich. And now you think he's going to be young Indiana Jones in the next Indy movie?
Yeah.
Well, wait, do you guys remember the weird report that people were like, supposedly, whoever gets this Han Solo role, they're going to also be a young Indiana Jones?
Oh my gosh.
That being said, I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true at all.
The only person that can do both is Harrison Ford. I think that there are many actors that can play one or the other. Like, I think Chris Pratt would make an amazing Indiana Jones. Chris Pratt. And I'm not entirely convinced. Oh, can I give my thoughts on the trailer?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, basically, visually speaking, this trailer was perfect. I have no complaints about it. I didn't see anything that was like, oh, this VFX shot needs to be cleaned up or anything like that. Everything seems to be pretty well done, or completed anyway. All of the, like, setting Alden Ehrenreich aside for a second. Actually, I'd like to talk about him first, just to get him out of the way. Very different than Harrison Ford. I think that he has a few voice inflections, and like body mannerisms that are similar to Harrison Ford. But a lot of people have been saying this, and I completely agree. I would rather have him do his own take on the character than try and do an impersonation or an impression of him. So there's that. But besides him, and I'm not even using that as a complaint. I think he's going to do great. But everybody else in the trailer, like all the locations and like the characters and stuff, all look so fascinating to me, and I'm very intrigued. And like that one dude with the helmet who was kind of standing on the beach there with those guys, like looked so freaking sick. Like I cosplayers are just drooling right now, going, "Oh my gosh, I need to make this."
Guys, I just realized something. I noticed something. It was a visual appearance of the TIE fighters. It reminded me of how the TIE fighters looked at the very end of Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. They were a bit different from the original trilogy TIE fighters, but they were a little wider. They had like an additional like port, and it's.
Are you talking about that scene when it kind of like?
Hold on. You're triggering me right now, Jeff.
Oh no.
Those are not TIE fighters, first off. Those are
V-Wings.
V-Wings. Those are V-Wings.
Crap.
At the end of Revenge of the Sith.
Wait. But they sounded like TIE fighters, dude.
Yeah, things can sound similar. You know that, right?
Eric. I've always thought they were TIE fighters, man.
No. Those are V-Wings. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's up with that second pod. Star Wars Explained said that it might be like a navigator, or like it might be like a sensor pod or something for it. I thought he also brought this up. I was really thinking that it was like a prototype TIE bomber. So I was like, okay, so that
that makes sense. Okay,
but
because that had the dual cockpit thingy.
Yeah, but then I looked it up, and TIE bombers were like in production by like 14 years BBY, and this is not like 14 years BBY. This is at most like,
Well,
yeah. Well, 14 years BBY would mean that Han Solo is around like 17.
How old do you think Han looks? From what you've seen?
25-ish. 25.
I think I would put him right around like 20 or 21.
Really?
Yeah, like because how old is he supposed to be in A New Hope?
Yeah, he doesn't have that much like gruffness yet. Okay.
Yeah.
Han Solo was born 29 BBY. My bad. I thought it was like 32 BBY. I think that's Lando.
Maybe.
I'll check this out. Hold on.
Speaking of Lando,
30
I noticed on my social media last night that there are Donald Glover has a lot of fangirls who love him.
Yeah,
Donald Glover's popular, man.
Because he's Childish Gambino.
I love him. He's
So I'm
great.
hyped to see him as Lando.
From what I have heard from people also, is that they're not like a fan of like Alden Ehrenreich being Han Solo, but they love
Glover.
yeah, Donald Glover. So that's pretty cool. I think
Donald
I think
Glover,
he is
if
better.
Iden or Han Solo, if he does a piss poor job, Donald Glover may save this movie. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he looks like young Lando.
All right, I want to point this out real quick. You guys ever like this has anything to do with like when they recast somebody like as like a younger role as that of that character?
Are you talking about Paul Bettany? No, you mean
No, that's
something
not what
different. Sorry.
I'm talking about. Okay, so let's say, all right, you have Ewan McGregor. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
then by the end of Revenge of the Sith, he's still Ewan McGregor. Okay, and then at the beginning of A New Hope, he's Alec Guinness. When does he change? You guys ever like think about that?
Yeah, no, because like the time period is so short. Like when does the
So does that
yeah.
mean a Kenobi film will come out in 2024 because it's 19 years after Revenge of the Sith?
Oh, wait, that's actually a really good idea.
Yeah.
I would actually want it sooner. Never mind. But yeah, okay. All right. Also, they kind of like retcon the YT 1300 look
Mm-hmm.
because, like in canon, that's like the Millennium Falcon is like what most YT 1300s look like,
Yeah.
and then in this it doesn't look like that. So I'm thinking that maybe they're
Wait, how do you know that's what they mostly look like? Like what? Where?
well, okay. So we see 3 of them in Phantom Menace.
Do we really?
Yeah, and then we see
The
what
one in
was
Revenge of the Sith.
yeah, which was originally the Millennium Falcon.
Dude, okay, never mind. I'm so glad you brought this up because I completely thought about this the other day too.
Mm.
I'm like, if that is the new Falcon, like brand new out of the shop, then what the heck is that thing we see in Revenge of the Sith?
Okay, I was thinking.
I don't think that may not be the Millennium Falcon. That may just be another YT model freighter.
Yeah, but why does the Millennium Falcon look different from that one?
I know.
Well, okay, think of it. Well, because each ship has to have something where you identify it as different from the others. It's the only way you can associate yourself with a certain ship.
But if it's a model, unique. Jeff.
Han Solo may have Lando or a previous owner may have made a modification.
Yeah, that's what. Okay, that's exactly what I was about to say. That after seeing like the Lego leaks and all, I automatically assumed that it's probably just a Lando thing.
Or the Falcon may have had many modifications from previous owners.
Yeah, considering it has to be at least like 10 years.
There, boom. Ben Hart in the chat saying that YT model freighters are designed to be ships that can be changed. So it should work.
Ben, you don't know what you're talking about. You're not a Star Wars expert. Get out of here.
According to Wikipedia.
All of a sudden, Ben's an expert on
you're
YT
an expert,
freighters.
or...
So Jake, you know what you pointed out in the Channel 1138 group chat that I did not notice?
What?
The dye.
Oh yeah, I know. I caught that. It's like fourth time watching the trailer. I was like, oh, he's had those for a long time.
And then I'm like, wow, really?
Yeah, I'm not sure where they necessarily are when they're in that speeder, like what point of the movie it's at, because like at that point he's met up with Kira, and I'm assuming that's further on in the movie.
Kira's I'm so curious.
Amelia Clark.
Yeah, that's the love interest in this movie, right?
Not necessarily.
See, that's the thing.
She had that line where he's like, "I'll show you," blah blah blah. That sounds a little bit like she's flirting, right?
I'll show you some stuff in the bedroom. Is that what she said?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Sorry, we
that
got
is the character who said something like that, right?
See, I don't know, because like there hasn't been anything overtly romantic that I've seen yet or heard.
That would be cool. I can see Han Solo dating a girl early in his career. I can see it.
It would be so cringy to me. Like the only way to do that.
How's that?
I'm like, okay. Because I'm like, okay, Leia is the only one for you, even though you separate later. But that's besides the point. I would just like, if they did that, she would probably have to like die or something. I don't know.
Or, oh man, that would be cool if we saw like a nasty breakup. See how Han Solo handles breakups. Because we never saw how Han and Leia drifted apart. We only heard about it in The Force Awakens. You know, so see how Han would handle a breakup.
I want Sana Staros to be in the lady from the comic that said that she was Han's wife.
Sana Solo.
Yeah.
I'm Han Solo. Han Solo.
Oh god. Oh, you know what? If they put that in as an Easter egg,
go.
I'll
in the credits. Put it in the credits. I dare you. Play that Han Solo song from Connect Star Wars.
Oh no, Connect Star Wars. There's this whole like so many things like Connect Star Wars and Star Wars Detours are like two of the worst things made by any like LucasArts
Jake,
or whatever.
You have not played Star Wars: The Clone Wars Republic Heroes. You have not played that game, so
Is that terrible?
It is horrible.
It's not that bad. Comparatively to both Detours and Connect Star Wars, it's not that bad.
Like Connect Star Wars was just. I've seen videos of Connect Star Wars. Like I've never played, but I've seen videos of footage, and it's the worst. It's awful. It's like Han is like dancing. Like Han shouldn't dance. First of all,
I'm reading what Ben is putting in the chat. He's saying that at the end when he's facing off against the villain, just say dance off, bro. You and me.
Oh my gosh!
So, like, we should make a prediction / kind of bet here. Will Han Solo dance in Solo: A Star Wars Story?
Okay, so
it's
I'm
not
really
on the realm
wondering what's up with like the main villain in this. Like,
is it Woody Harrelson?
I don't know. I thought that maybe he would be the main villain, but then I was like, well, he's like. I don't see Woody Harrelson as like a villainous role. I haven't seen the newest Planet of the Apes, so I don't know. I still need to watch that movie.
Yeah.
I want to say that the guy that he's facing off might be the bad guy. Like he's going the weird looking guy that looks like he has like the hover tank pilot helmet. You know, the hover tank.
Yeah.
From Rogue One. That is what it looks like, correct? I'm not wrong in that thinking, I guess.
No, I think you're right.
Let's see. All right, let's go into Solo. Star Wars story. Let's just look up Solo on Wikipedia. Let's see what we got so far.
Get some live research from Eric Wall.
Yeah, I always do live research. Also, who is playing that person is what I want to know.
What, the villain?
That's
the masked person. I'm not going to say that person's a villain or not.
Yeah, I don't know. He seems like some sort of like mercenary tribal leader.
I'm thinking. All right, this is just speculation, okay? What if it's kind of like, remember the one Clone Wars episode when they're transporting the girl under, wait, hold up. It's with Asajj Ventress and Boba Fett. Remember that episode?
What if it was Boba Fett, dude? It'd be like a preview to the Boba Fett anthology film.
Ew.
Yeah, that's not ew. You're ew.
You're ew.
Ew.
Ah! we start fighting like over Skype, like actually like punch each other somehow.
I put a bounty on you.
Oh yeah, okay. So do you guys remember? Thank you, Ben. Do you guys remember the episode Bounty from the Clone Wars? It's when Asajj Ventress joins Boba Fett's crime syndicate.
Yes.
Okay. So what if it's like that, and Han Solo is being deceived by Beckett, aka Woody Harrelson, and then he finds out that, oh, I'm not doing the right thing, and these tribal people are trying to kill me because Beckett is an idiot and is messing with these people, and they're really the good guys, and then Beckett's the bad guy. I think.
Oh yeah, that's kind of what I'm guessing how it's gonna go.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you guys think of the Millennium Falcon? We've seen so much of it throughout the original trilogy and the sequel trilogy. Do you think it's starting to lose its luster? Well, we saw it maneuvering around a big old slug thing or whatever.
How dare you?
That's awesome. That is awesome. How dare he? How dare he? How dare you?
How dare you even suggest that the Falcon could ever lose any luster?
Everything loses some luster, Jakey.
I kind of like this new look. I think it looks like I don't know. I really do like it. I think the sleeker design's pretty cool.
Me too. It's like baby Falcon.
Baby Falcon.
Baby
a comment Ben just had kind of reminded me of something, a little detail about Han Solo I noticed earlier today, was that, you know how normally I think Han wears like a white vest or with dark sleeves, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
It's the other way around in the trailer. I think that's insane.
That is pretty cool. I do like that.
That just blew my freaking mind.
Reflections. Hashtag reflections. Hashtag SWU reflections.
Hashtag reflection watch.
No, I think that's a smart decision though, because I think it would be kind of stupid if they were like, let's just give him the same outfit.
Yeah,
why is that stupid?
Because
That's
it's
great.
dumb. Because it's
How
dumb.
would he be wearing the same thing? Like okay.
Yeah, it's like owning white shirts,
most-
man. You got to have multiple copies of it, man.
It's like that show Young Sheldon, which I will never ever watch. It's like, okay, why does he have to wear the same clothes?
Because it's him. It identifies it as him.
Show is disgusting.
The whole idea of that show is just
the fact that they had to make like a spin-off of somebody that's already in the show. Okay, I'm not gonna get into this.
It's a different era, man. He's younger.
I'm not gonna get into this.
dumb.
It's kind of like a.
So about Han Solo's outfit.
It's good.
Yes.
I like both, or all three, I guess. I think there's 3 outfits that we see so far. I know that there's the brown jacket one, the white vest with black shirt, and then I think there's a third one, and I can't remember. I don't feel like watching it.
He has
again.
like when he's in the snow, he's wearing like this coat, and it kind of reminds like whenever he's wearing the coat and whenever Chewie's standing there in the snow, it really reminds me of Hoth.
All right. So, question. You guys, okay? Are you guys okay with Han Solo still being an Imperial at first? Because I'm perfectly fine with that.
Yeah, no, I'm totally fine with that. I don't feel like he's doing it because he's evil at first. I think he's just doing it because like he needs a job or whatever.
Okay, and that's something that I've really liked about like the one spin-off movie that we've had so far, and a lot of like comics and books and all, is that we get to see like a lighter side of the Empire. Like, but I'm wondering if that's going to be explored at all, or even if it's going to be like mentioned or even a thing in general.
Yeah, I think it'll be like a good, like I bet you the first 20 minutes of the movie will be that.
Yeah, you think so? Maybe even 10, like maybe like...
Yeah, like 15.
Montage? Yeah, 15.
I think the intro of the film will just be life in the Empire, just what it's like. It's like Empire Day from Star Wars Rebels.
See, I would love to see some of like what he does like because he said he was. What did he say he was doing on the street since he was 10?
Yeah, which
Like,
is
I want to see some of that.
yeah, that's not a new thing really. Like the
So
Han Solo adventures did that type of stuff, and I think
Here's-
it's pretty cool.
Here's
Sorry.
my prediction. I feel like he's gonna be causing trouble at the beginning. I feel like he's gonna get caught by some Imperial or whatever. He's gonna be like, "You need to do something with your life," and then he's gonna join the Empire, realize that they're just a bunch of scumbags, and then do something kind of like what do you call it? Do something really reckless where he like steals a ship or something.
Or do exactly what they did in the old books and all, and just make him free Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Okay,
I like that.
Speaking of Chewie, I love it that Jonas Sultamo is reprising his role as Chewie. I think that's awesome.
Is he one of the Jonas Brothers?
You've said this joke before, you fool.
Wait, I have? No, I haven't.
I've heard this joke before.
Not for me.
Wait, what?
Never mind.
I'm referring to Jonas Sultamo, Chewbacca. And Jake's like, the Jonas Brothers.
Oh, yes, you did a couple weeks ago. Yes, you did.
Did I really? I can't even remember that. Wow, I'm such an idiot. Anyway, yes, continue. Let's move on from that awful
Let's move
joke.
on.
What do
Let's
you
move
think-
on.
what do you
Yeah, that
think
was
about-
terrible a couple weeks ago. It's terrible now.
It's
I need to go-
worse now. It's even worse. So what do you think
my
about
gosh.
Chewbacca?
I think he's great. I think he looks spot on. Like, I heard a couple people complain about how he looked in The Last Jedi, and I can see some of those complaints, but this one is like perfect.
I don't think he looks any different in The Last Jedi. I gotta rewatch The Last Jedi again.
His nose/mouth is like a little bit too long.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, just a little bit.
Just from what I saw.
It's not that noticeable though.
No.
So I like the new bandolier. I think it's kind of cool that he's not using the same bandolier. Because
Yeah.
if I remember correctly, the bandolier that he uses in Revenge of the Sith is also different.
Now, what kind of instrument is a bandolier? Is that like a tambourine?
No, the do you really not know?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay, I'm like, wait a minute, no.
It just sounds like an instrument.
It does look.
Yeah, I played the
not-
bandolier.
It's not an instrument, though. It's where you hold your guns and ammo and stuff.
Wait a minute. I guess it is a little bit different and no, it's not. Okay. Why has he got a different bandolier? If he had the same bandolier in Revenge of the Sith and every other Star Wars movie, why has he got a different bandolier now?
I don't know.
It's a new era.
It's not a new era.
It is. Bandoliers are
Literally
back.
goes Revenge of the Sith, same bandolier. This one, different bandolier.
Well, see, cases like that, like they didn't go and do their research. They were just like, well, let's just make this movie and not do our research.
Remember when Chewbacca was in Revenge of the Sith? Neither do I. Let's go with a new bandolier. I don't know. Maybe just.
Chewbacca's a Wookiee. Maybe they change out their bandoliers. You don't know that.
Oh my goodness.
Why do they need bandoliers? Why does he need a bandolier? Can we get like a reasoning behind what the hell the bandolier is used for? Like, I know that in like.
I think it just holds ammo.
Why does it need ammo?
Because he has a freaking bowcaster.
It's battery based.
I don't know about all that stuff.
You're confusing me, Eric. Stop.
Using myself. I'm losing.
So do we have
I got hours
Sorry,
of
go
sleep last night. Okay, do not yell at me.
You a little cranky there, buddy?
Cranky, little cranky, little.
Everybody just needs to calm down.
Just a different bandolier in I guess this is either The Last Jedi or The Force Awakens. It looks pretty newer.
What if they changed the band? What if you had to no bandolier in Episode 9? What are you going to do then, Eric?
That would just look weird. Listen, for some reason, I don't think Chewbacca would look.
Maybe Chewie wants to take it off every once in a while. You don't know.
Yeah, he wants to go commando.
All right, you guys have any final an overall impression. Should we give it a rating? You guys.
The trailer?
Yeah, give a trailer a rating. You guys comfortable with that, or we don't?
Sure,
have to?
sure.
No.
Can we give it like a letter grade?
Okay.
What do you think of that, Eric?
Hey. I'll be
What?
back in a second.
Hey, Eric.
A is the answer. Yes, I think
Yeah.
A is good.
I give it a solid. I give it a solid W. No, I'm just kidding. I give it a solid A.
It's fine. Good.
I'll give it an A. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's some good stuff. I like the music. You know, them emulating the Star Wars themes reminds me of Michael Giacchino's work in Rogue One.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Han Solo trailer. You hear much more of that discussion across Channel 1138 shows this week. There's the SWU is going to go all over this trailer. They're going to go insane about it. It's friggin' awesome. And to see Sage and everyone in Star Wars Wastelands go nuts about it, and they may talk about it tonight on Fandom Fraternity. It's going to be an insane week for the channel with the Solo trailer. Mm-hmm. And man, it gets me real hyped for #SoloPod coming this May in Toronto, Canada. I think. I don't know. Somewhere up north. I don't know.
Yeah.
Eric and Jake, are you going to that?
I would really like to. At this point, I can't be for certain, but I would really like to.
Eric.
If I can't, I will.
Did
Eric is dead.
Did he he legitimately?
I said that I was doing something real quick. My bad, and I muted myself. Okay,
sorry, buddy.
Update to that real quick. Okay.
I thought you were like joking, like a fake out. Man.
No, I had to grab my book real quick. I'm sorry.
Update.
All right, update. So I actually had to do something originally for when SoloPod was going to be, but now that is done.
So you're going?
Yeah.
Dude,
I might go.
Backyard
I might
Watch.
go. I don't know.
You got to represent the backyard, man. I did the same.
I know. I could swing. I could swing by Philly, pick Eric up, and we could just both go.
All right, let's move on to our other main topic for today, and that is Treasure Planet. This is a film. It's a Disney film, correct, Eric?
Yes.
I personally am not that familiar with it. I don't think I've seen it. Sorry, Eric. But I know Eric and Jake are very passionate about this movie, very hyped about to talk about it. So I'll pass the baton to Eric.
Oh, wait. I know what the story is. Jeff, what do you think the story is?
Wait, for what? Treasure Planet?
Yes. No, I'm playing. I got it.
Indiana Jones goes on his dream planet, a planet full of treasures. The end.
Let me help everybody out. It's Treasure Island in space.
Yeah, it is essentially. It is
Wait,
literally
so
Robert Louis Stevenson's.
Is it legit part of that series, Treasure Island?
It's not part of the series. It's a adaptation of it.
Yeah, it's just a different take on it, and it's done really awesome.
I may or may not have seen this film before. I'll have to look it up. But anyway, go ahead, Eric.
It's good.
Yeah. No, it is literally Treasure Island, but in space, which isn't even a new concept. There was a different. Is this
Joseph Gordon-Levitt? Holy crap!
Yeah, I didn't know that until rewatching it quite recently.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's give this a little bit of a background. Okay, so there was another Treasure Planet that was a Bulgarian animated science fiction film. And then there was I was going to mess around and try to pronounce that in Italian, but I'm good. Okay. Never mind. Okay, so Treasure Planet in Outer Space, which is a Italian and German television miniseries that is also based on Treasure Island.
Wow.
All right, Jake, you want to talk about the cast? Let's talk about the cast.
Oh, the cast. I mean, hold on. I got to IMDb this now. Do. The only one I really remember for sure. Oh, no. Speaking of Frasier, hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Treasure Planet. Okay, so the brother from Frasier, who is played by David Hyde Pierce, plays Dr. Doppler.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Delbert Doppler. And let's see, Martin Short plays Ben. I love Ben.
Yeah. Who isn't in the film all that long.
No,
honestly.
I mean, I don't know. He was in there quite a bit. I don't know. I thought like toward the end there anyway. But Tony J is the narrator. Dude, that voice.
Yeah. Wait, he was in something. I forget what else he was in. And I think he's also in Hunchback of Notre Dame. He's also.
Oh, is he the bad guy?
Yeah, Frollo.
Yeah.
Frollo.
Wow.
Sounds like Frodo, but almost.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, as far as the cast, that's pretty much like...
Oh, you got, who played... Brian Murray as Long John Silver. They never call him Long John Silver. I don't even... Do they even call...
I think they just call him John Silver.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, like, this is a movie that I just grew up watching all the time.
Yeah.
And, like, everybody has those movies in their house that they just watch on repeat all the time. And so, like, every frame of this is burned into my brain.
Yeah.
And everything from, like, the designs to the artwork and the script is just, like, all really strong to me. And it was such a creative take on Treasure Planet, and it was cool. Like, it was one of the first things I ever watched where I was like, this is cool. And I wanted to build a solar surfer, and like the map that he has, the circular map, was just such a cool device. And like the bad guys in this were like bad, like the villains in this were strong, I thought. Emma Thompson plays the captain. Forgot about that. So yeah,
got either the Thing or Korg, depending on how you want to look at at Mr. Arrow.
Or Mr. Arrow, yeah, you're right. Yeah. You're right. Another good voice there. Forget who does his voice, but
I got it right here. It is Roscoe Lee Brown.
Oh,
with
okay.
An extra E at the end, so that means that E doesn't have to do anything. It's the guy that played Kingpin in the Spider-Man show.
Yes, that makes
I didn't know that
1,000% sense, because I always remember that episode with Spidey and him, and is it Hobgoblin? I forget. But yeah, that is the voice of Kingpin to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, what do you think about the movie overall?
I always love this movie, and so this is basically because I think about this. I want to get the number right. I think about this movie about 3 times a day. I actually do think about this movie an unhealthy amount. Wow. Yeah.
It's just so awesome.
Yeah. I actually love this movie.
John Silver is such a good character because he's like an anti-hero sort of. He's like, I think he's one of the best written versions of John Silver, because you trust him, you see the good side of him, and you get why he's doing what he's doing, and he comes around at the end.
Beat Tim Curry though.
Oh, Tim Curry was great in Muppet Treasure Island. Oh, great, yeah.
That's the next route. Muppet Treasure Island we're going to watch next.
Heck yeah. Did you not think that his John Silver's arm, like interchangeable arm, was like the coolest thing ever?
Yeah, because it's like a Swiss Army.
Yes. And it doesn't make any sense because like the amount of gadgets he has in there doesn't make sense. But
yeah, it's very small in comparison to how many like things.
Yeah.
He can do.
But so I don't look at this movie as taking place in the future necessarily, because there's so many like creatures and things which are like alien, like they're aliens. And the way I look at it is it's just a completely different universe.
Yeah, I would say that it's probably closer to like the Star Wars universe, as in like people have basically had like hyperspace and crap like that for like a lot of years, and it's just we're in this part in time.
Yeah. And you can't explain to me how they have like open deck ships in space. Like they're just walking around on the deck. How is that even?
Yeah, you know what? And even like Jim like floats about in space.
Yeah.
When he like has to build that solar sailor.
Yeah.
Or solar sailor. That's
Solar Surfer.
Yeah, that is Count Dooku's yacht. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, I want to talk about the animation real quick, and specifically, I want to talk about one part of the animation. Okay.
Okay.
Jim Hawkins' Scar moves in every frame.
Does it really?
Well, no, it doesn't move per se in every frame, but it flips. It actually flips.
Oh, I never noticed that.
So I put this on last night. I had 14 people in my house, okay? For some reason, okay, and we all go to like a pretty good high school, and it's like one of the best in the city, okay? We cannot fathom the fact that, first off, that flips, and second off, if it's supposed to be like a crease or something.
Yeah.
Which makes more sense because I'm like, okay, so maybe it's like a shadow kind of thing.
It's a weirdly drawn thing.
Yeah, like
I don't know. Like I'm looking at pictures of it right now, and it's like I think it's a scar.
Yeah, it looks like a scar. That is what somebody came up with. They were like, maybe it's just a crease or something, and I'm like, it has to be. But
yeah.
But then when you look at it, it's flesh colored.
Yeah,
it's not like darker or anything.
Exactly.
Yeah, but other than that, the animation's pretty good in it.
I really like it.
Except for the part when the space whales come up. I think that is really dated.
It's pretty stupid, yeah. The lighting is all weird and stuff, but like I think there's an interesting blend here of 2D animation and 3D 2D animation, which
I think that does hold up though.
It definitely does. It fits the style really well. Like all of John Silver's mechanical limbs are that 3D thing. I think pretty much all the ship models are 3D, and Ben, the robot, is 3D. And to me, it definitely works. I think the map itself is 3D too.
Yeah, I think so. All right. Music.
Music was fantastic. I thought.
So I really like the song "I'm Still Here" by the guy from Goo Goo Dolls.
Goo Goo Dolls, yep. I forget his name.
I don't know how. It's John something, and his last name is very, very weird. Hold on. It's one of the two guys from Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah. It's a very emotional song. Like it just.
John Razaznik.
Zaznik, yeah.
Yep, there we go.
There you go,
yeah. Yeah. Music pretty good. Now I was reading like Rotten Tomato articles, and some people think that really dates it because it's like very 90s.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. Doesn't make sense.
I don't know. I still like it. It brings back so many memories to me.
Yeah. I really like that song. Okay. So, let's talk about the actual story, though, okay? So...
Okay.
All right. I like how it starts, like, by, like, introducing Flint and, like, bringing in, like, everything. Like, it's just like, he's, he looted a lot.
Yep.
Essentially.
Yep.
Yeah.
I loved the whole, that whole, like... when he's reading the book at the beginning under his covers, and that story is taking place, like it puts you into the story. It's just like really, I don't know, it's awesome to me.
Okay. So yeah, then we go from that. He's a young kid, and then we cut to 12 years later. Okay. Now Jim is all grown. His father has left, and he is like really he's a bad boy. He's a bad boy.
Yeah.
It's Luke Skywalker if Luke Skywalker just said, "You know what, Uncle Owen? I will go play with the Skyhopper today."
Exactly.
Yeah, I won't be
He's
playing
rebellious.
with the toy version of it. No, I will be playing with the real version of it.
He's Luke Skywalker with balls.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah, and this is a really like good. I like how they like change him up, like because in the book he is like he's very like straight going kind of,
Yeah.
and I think for the time also it's very like this is how a kid would act nowadays. And I think it's still like okay. Like this is what a teenager would probably do if they were like put in the scenario. Like you can do this type of stuff. Yeah, you do that.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's like it's just a more modernized version. You know,
Yeah.
it's made for audiences today.
Fun little fact. I think that this is like one of the this is one of the last adaptations of Treasure Island that like has been made in a while, like a feature length version of it, because there was definitely like a mini series in like 2012, and the only other
for Treasure Planet?
No, Treasure Island.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the only other thing is Black Sails, and that's a prequel to Treasure Island.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's good. I love that show. I love that show because
is John Malkovich in that?
No, John Malkovich was in a Blackbeard series.
Oh, was that Crossbones or something?
Something like that. And I think it was like really bad, and I think that's why it's not around anymore.
I'm sure John Malkovich added something. Yeah, sorry.
So then we have Billy Bones come in. Okay. This is somewhat similar to
Bones?
Billy Bones. I really like remember the Muppets Treasure Island version of this? Where you like find Billy Bones and it's what's his name?
It's Sean Connolly or
it's the guy
Connolly.
You remember the Hobbit and the Battle of the Five Armies?
Yeah.
He's Thorin's cousin.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, cousin, not nephew or anything. His nephews die in that. Spoiler alert.
Is it John Connolly?
I think it is. John Connolly.
Billy Connolly.
Ah! We were close.
That makes so much more. He's the dad from freaking what's it called? Boondock Saints.
I always mix him up with the one guy from Monty Python. Okay, let's go back to this.
Wait, are you talking about John Cleese?
Yes. Do you ever just like get the two mixed up?
Not those guys, but I've done that with so many people.
Okay. All right, back to this. All right,
Yeah,
Billy
sorry.
Bones comes in and he's like, "Beware of the cyborg," and then he gives him the map. That's
Beware the cyborg.
Yep, and then the cyborg shows up and he's like, "Pew!" and then he destroys the Benbow.
Yep.
Yep.
The Benbow in.
And then they go to Doppler's. Right? Doppler? No,
Yeah.
Doppler. Oh, that's funny. Doppler is in like the telescope. I've never.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I think he's a really funny character in this.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's such a bumbling idiot, though. Okay, so he brings them to his workplace, okay? And then Jim finds out that one of the things that Billy Bones gave him was a map. And then the map leads them straight to Treasure Planet, okay? So, and then Doppler's like, I need to bring about a mission. Okay, and then they go to the. Okay, so you know what was always my favorite part? When he like points to the moon and it's like, oh, that's a space station.
Yeah. Dude, that's a freaking awesome space station.
Yeah. I This is like really weird to talk about, but whenever I would like get my, this is really this is really young, by the way. Whenever I would like get my nails cut, I would always like play with like the I would just play with like the nail for some reason.
Pretend it was the space station.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Not that I was two when this came out, so
Oh my gosh,
not
that's
that
awesome.
weird, I guess.
No, I would look at the crescent moon, like the real moon, and just like imagine that as the space station.
All right, yeah. So
But did you? Okay, so speaking of the space station, the boat they get on, I don't know if you ever noticed this, but the boat is called the RLS Legacy.
Yeah.
Robert Louis Stevenson. I thought that was cool.
oh wow,
Yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
noticed. Holy crap.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, that's the ship that he commissions or whatever.
Yeah.
I always found that weird. Like, he had to like get people. Like, he had to like pay other people. Like, he couldn't get the Royal Navy or whatever.
I don't know.
That was always weird. All right. Yeah. Then they meet Captain Amelia and Mr. Arrow.
Mr. Arrow. Dude, who's the creepy bug guy? What was his name again?
Scroop.
Scroop. Yeah, he's disgusting. Like, I hate that guy. Like,
Israel hands.
yeah. Oh.
Scroop. Scroop. It's so good, Scroop. I come back and it's just like Scroop. Like, what?
It's an adaptation of Israel Hands. If I remember correctly, there is no version of Scroop, or rather of Israel Hands, in the Muppet Treasure Island, and I think it's just Tim Curry that kills Sam the Eagle, who plays Mr. Arrow.
Yeah.
Tim Curry, Emperor Palpatine. Well, Chancellor Palpatine. Sorry, Star Wars.
So, yeah, they get that, and then Jim meets John Silver. And he's
Right.
just, nice to meet you, and then almost stabs him. And then he meets Morph. I always loved Morph. I wanted Morph as a kid.
Morph was great.
Um,
I loved it when he's like under the grate and he's like popping up and stuff, like messing with Jim when he woke up.
okay. And then, yeah. That is it. So you know what always like confused me? Why is like the artificial gravity like not like it? Why does it not like concern anyone else but Dr. Doppler? I guess it is because it's the first time he's ever taking off. But like,
I don't know. I think he's just
like,
very
still
skeptical.
move. Like people would still move just slightly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay. So when they're on the voyage, they get in the middle of a supernova. Then Scroop kills by severing his lifeline because they had to like get away from the supernova.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then
Such an intense scene.
yeah, it is very intense, and you kind of like hope, oh, maybe it'll end differently this time.
Mhm.
Okay, and then they get to Treasure Planet like right after this.
Yeah. Treasure Planet, such a cool like concept. Like they show up and there's this whole like map system and they can literally, it's a portal to everywhere you want to go, and it's just so perfect. I love it.
Yeah, now that I think about it, explaining this like makes it seem like that there are very like bad pacing issues.
No, it's a very well paced movie actually.
Yeah,
like
it's very paced.
it's well paced. The scenes that need to be funny are funny. The scenes that need to be dire and intense are exactly that. And like I have no complaints as far as the construction of this movie whatsoever.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know why it doesn't have a higher score on IMDb. Honestly.
Yeah. I don't know. People just don't like this movie for some reason. I don't know why per se, but I was scrolling through like YouTube and like it was like why people hate Treasure Planet. I was like, okay, maybe I'll watch this someday, and I never.
It was all. It's probably all stupid reason. It's probably like all the Robert Louis Stevenson fanboys.
This derives too far from the source material. There's
So off of that note, are you guys ready to give it a rating?
Wait, hold up. I want to talk about this real quick. There was originally supposed to be a sequel to this movie.
Oh, I heard about this.
Well, this was also in a time when I'm glad they didn't. First of all, before you even say what it was about, because
there was never a Treasure Island 2. So,
well, they could have come up with a story, but like literally around that time, all Disney sequels sucked.
Yeah, Disney sequels are the worst.
Like literally, the sequel to Atlantis was 3 episodes of the failed TV show that they just put together and called it Atlantis 2.
Toy Story 2 was good, guys. Come on.
Yeah, but that's
an exception to the rule.
That's Pixar,
and that's Pixar. Yeah.
So let's.
No, wait. I want to talk about this real quick.
Okay, Eric. Okay.
So the premise was that it was going to follow Jim as a cadet.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. And he would fight Ironbeard, played by Willem Dafoe.
That
John
sounds
Silver
awesome.
Would be back. Long John Silver would be back.
I'm down with the Willem Dafoe. I am not down for.
Look it up because like somebody like has like all the the concept art for it.
Oh really? Wow.
Yeah. I just saw it quite recently.
Treasure Planet 2, huh?
All right. Score A.
Oh yeah, I give it an A. And that's not even a biased like nostalgic A. That's like it's just a good movie.
Yeah, I can watch this movie like on any given point and like still have enjoyment.
Yeah, totally.
Nice.
Yep.
Well, that was fun talking about the Solo trailer, and we talked about Treasure Planet. Both amazing things to talk about. But let's get real here. It's really incredible and something that we sometimes take for granted in our world today. And that is that culminating source that gives us enthusiasm and jolliness and what really makes the world go round, I think.
It's money.
Definitely money.
No, that's too green for my liking. It's the thing that only comes around once a week at the end of every Backyard Watch podcast that gives me the feels. It is what I am most excited about. It's the thing to look forward to that's filling up my jitterbugs. It's the one, the only hype. It's the hype factor. Hype. I destroyed my microphone. All right. So yeah, this is the hype factor. I'm going to start off with my hype factor first before we get to the rest of the panel. And it's about something that's going to happen in about a month and a half. I don't remember if I mentioned this before on air. But on I think it's either March 21st or March 23rd, both Eric Wall and myself will get the video game called A Way Out. For those of you who don't know what this is a cooperative a story video game.
A sequel to A Way In.
Jake.
No, it is a sequel to A Way In. He's right.
All right. And this is about two brothers that are trying to break out of prison, and it's an emotional adventure, one that Eric and I are truly hyped about. And why I'm hyped for this is because we're going to get it. Eric and I will play this through online co-op together, and probably a couple weeks after that, we will have a Backyard Watch podcast where we are talking about it. I don't know if we're going to do it on Twitch or anything. Stay tuned. I'm not sure.
Nice.
Probably on
Twitch. So yeah, let's go to Eric Wall. What is your hype factor?
Bob Marley's birthday is tomorrow. I'm going to play Bob Marley all day tomorrow.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, Okay, I'm an idiot. The Eagles definitely did win the Super Bowl, and there's definitely going to be a parade on Thursday. So I'm
Are you going to the parade?
I'm going to parade. I'm gonna go walk around and be an Eagles fan.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Oh my God!
Are like all of your friends singing that song?
I didn't know that you knew it. That's why I said, "Oh my God!"
I've heard it so much with the Super Bowl. My favorite video game website, like one of their members is a big Eagles fan. He was singing the song last week. Like everyone's singing it, man.
That's something that I grew.
I didn't even know it was a song.
Yeah,
it's their fight song.
I thought people just said "Fly, Eagles, fly," and every time I saw that, just wanted to bark.
Mr. Jake Damon, what is your hype factor?
Well, to be completely honest with you guys, I have no hype factor.
Stop trolling. What's your hype factor?
Oh my God!
How dare you? How dare you?
Jeez, Jeff.
Come here.
Everyone has a hype factor. Even when they're angry, it's somewhere in there. They're hyped about something, man.
Okay, well, this would be a perfect time to plug my dealio then, because my hype factor is, and Eric can say whatever he wants about how soon it's going to stop, and I mean he'd be fair to say that.
Yes, I have all of that power.
Because of my track record. But I'm very excited that I have got a podcast up and going again, and it's called the Jake Damon Program. And I'm going to try my hardest to stick with this one and see where it goes. You can check that out on my website, jakedamon.com, or just look it up on iTunes, the Jake Damon Program.
That's such a cool name. It's like Damon Program. It's like it's the full program, my friend.
It's everything you could ever want is in this podcast.
Didn't you recently do your personal reactions to Solo? You mentioned this earlier.
Oh yeah, I did those. I threw them up on my YouTube channel, which is just called Jake Damon, and you can check my reactions to the short and long Solo trailers.
And if you need more of a Jake Damon reaction after this podcast, you can always go to jakedamon.com.
Heck yeah.
This cool stuff is pretty sweet. Thanks for being on the show, my friend. It's nice to have you.
Thanks for having me on. I'm so glad I got to come on for the entire thing today.
Well, you should hear what we got in store for next week.
Man. So this is a movie I have not seen.
Have you?
Wait. My mom has seen this movie before me. It's insane. So, what, Eric?
How did you not watch this movie?
It's dark, man. For those of you who don't know, we're talking about Deadpool next Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific on channel 1138.
Be the 2-year anniversary as well of that movie.
Oh wow, that's sweet.
I don't know if you meant to do that on purpose, but
I did not.
Okay.
I thought, we're talking about Deadpool 2 after it comes out in May. We might as well have an episode to talk about. That's really cool. I did not plan that.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's our episode next week. We'll be back. We're live on channel 138.
Next week is episode 20, right?
Mm-hmm. Episode 20. Woo.
That's awesome. Congrats, guys. It's 20 weeks. That's like
Wait till we be like IPC. They'll go up to 420. 420.
Well, if you think about it,
What
in
is it?
6 weeks. Is that right? In 6 weeks, you guys will be halfway through a year.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Consecutively, technically, yeah.
Yeah.
Or I see where you're getting at. Yeah, in about like sometime in April, right? It's technically our 1-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And then in May will be the the 4-year anniversary of the entire Backyard Watch movement on channel 138.
And it is a movement, people. We are taking over backyards every single week.
I think for May we should do something different. We
should get Chris and then do like a live Google Plus Hangout podcast of it.
Yeah, or do what we were planning on doing for any of the May ones, and then just.
I have an idea for which one I have an idea for which one we can do that for. I'll tell you later on. But yeah, thanks for listening. As I mentioned, we're on channel 1138 every Monday night, And you can also find our archive episodes on the Channel 1138 YouTube channel. Just search Channel 1138 on the YouTube search bar. You get to find a lot of the cool stuff that all the podcasts, well, not all, but some of the podcasts we've done, and some of the old stuff we used to have. The old Backyard Watch Google Hangouts from a few years ago are on there. So that's really jolly. And we also have jolly social media stuff. We have our Facebook, which is Backyard Watch. I'm trying to get more posts on there to say, hey, we're airing on Channel 1138 today, and try to use Facebook a little more. Eric can get his memes on there. Who knows what's going to happen? It's going to be awesome. And then we have an Instagram, which is BYWPOD. That's BYW Pod. And search that on Instagram. You can find Backyard Watch Instagram. And then we also have a Twitter, which is at BYWPOD, at BYW Pod. And as I mentioned earlier, we'll be back next Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Tune in, because we're talking about Deadpool. I mean, when you have Ben Hart saying #Deadpool sucks, you should come. I'm curious to see what will happen if Ben comes back next week and starts saying you guys are bad for liking Deadpool in the chat. So that'd be really cool. So you got so for our guest, Mr. Jake Damon, for my jolly co-host, Mr. Eric Wall, I am Jeffrey White. And signing off. Oh, one more thing. I will be on Star Wars Wasteland Survivor Quest this Wednesday. I am hyped. Goodbye, everyone.